Chapter 19 contains the last portion of Apocalypse 21 in as far as it describes the conception of the Most Holy Mary. The text of the third and last part of chapter 21 of the Apocalypse, which I saw explained, is as follows. 19. And the foundations and the wall were adorned by all manner of precious stones. The first foundation was jasper, the second sapphire, the third chalcedony, the fourth an emerald. 20. The fifth sardony, the sixth sardius, the seventh chrysolite, the eighth beryl, the ninth topaz, the 10th chrysoprasus, the 11th hyacinth, the 12th amethyst. 21. And the 12 gates are 12 pearls, one to each, and every special gate was of one several pearl, and the street of the city was of pure gold, as it were transparent glass. 22. And I saw no temple therein, for the Lord God Almighty is the temple thereof, and the Lamb. 23. And the city hath no need of the sun nor of the moon to shine in it, for the glory of God hath enlightened it, and the Lamb is the lamp thereof. 24. And the nations shall walk in the light of it, and the kings of the earth shall bring their glory and honor into it. 25. And the gates thereof shall not be shut by day, for there shall be no night there. 26. And they shall bring the glory and honor of the nations into it. 27. There shall not enter into it anything defiled, or that worketh abomination, or maketh a lie, but they that are written in the book of life of the Lamb. So far, the text and letter of the 21st chapter of the Apocalypse, which I saw explained. The Almighty, having chosen the holy city of Mary for his habitation, and she, being of all things outside of God, the most fit and appropriate, it was not improper that, from the treasures of his divinity, and from the merits of his most holy Son, he should adorn the foundations of this city's wall with all manner of precious stones. The fortitude and strength of Mary, typified by the walls, the beauty and excellence of her sanctity and graces, symbolized by the precious stones, her wonderful conception, suggested by the foundations, were all well proportioned by God in regard to each other, and in regard to the exalted end for which this city was founded, namely, that God should live within it by his love, and that from the virginal womb of Mary he might accept his human nature. All this the evangelist describes just as he sees it in the Most Holy Mary. For, on account of the dignity, sanctity, and stability which were required in her as a dwelling place and as a stronghold of God, it was befitting that the foundation walls of the city, which prefigure the beginnings of her immaculate conception, should be built of such eminently precious stones or virtues that none more rich or precious could ever be found. The first foundation or stone, he says, was jasper, whose variegated tints and durability indicate the constancy and fortitude which, from the moment of her conception, was infused into this great lady, in order that during the course of her life she might continue to exercise all the virtues with invincible magnanimity and constancy. the virtues and habits conceded and infused into the Most Holy Mary at her conception, and typified by these precious stones, at the same time are connected with special privileges, and I will as far as possible explain them in order that the full mystery of these 12 foundations may become known. This gift of strength included a special superiority and sovereignty for repressing, subduing, and vanquishing the ancient serpent, and for inspiring all the demons with an inexpressible terror. On that account, they fly from her and fear her from afar, being filled with trembling at her mere presence. They cannot come near the Most Holy Mary without excruciating pain. So liberal was divine providence with her Majesty that she was not only exempt from the common laws of the children of Adam, but also freed from original guilt, as well as from subjection to the demon contracted thereby. Setting her apart from these evils, he at the same time endowed her with sovereign power over the devil, which all men have lost together with their innocence. More than that, as mother of the Son of the Eternal Father, whom she bore in her womb for the very purpose of putting an end to the evil power of the enemies, she was invested with actual authority which emanated from God himself, and in virtue of which this most exalted mistress subdued the demons and sent them repeatedly to the infernal dungeons, as I will relate farther on. The second sapphire. This stone imitates the color of the clear and serene firmament and shows a scattering of gold spots or atoms. Its color typifies the serenity and tranquility of the gifts and graces of the Most Holy Mary, enabling her to enjoy an unchanging, heavenly and serene peace, free from any cloud of disorder, and illumined from the moment of her conception with visions of the divinity. By the likeness of her virtues to the divine attributes, and by her participation in them, especially in their unchangeableness, she made herself worthy to see God. Many times during her pilgrimage through life was she favored with unveiled and clear visions of God, as will be described. In virtue of this singular privilege, the Almighty endowed her with the power of communicating tranquility and peace of spirit to those who will ask for her intercession. Therefore, let all the faithful who are agitated and stirred up by the tormenting anxiety of their vices pray to her, so they may obtain from her this gift of peace.